Why is Campoleon doing an anime review? Is somebody holding a gun to my head? The answer is no. I just felt like if I could make niggas laugh with an anime review, that probably means I'm the funniest nigga on the planet. Now, how did I decide on this anime? Well, it was really simple. I went on my Discord and asked niggas, hey, give me a really fucking bad anime. Some of you fuck niggas sent me a lot of ecchi. Honestly, I'm just surprised nobody mentioned One Piece. But shout out Quiz, she mentioned an absolutely horrendous anime named DIABOLIK Lovers, with diabolic spelt with a K. So I knew this shit was gonna be edgier than a depressed 15-year-old. Now to jump into this review. This review will be divided up into 5 sections: art style, story, characters, dialogue, and overall enjoyment. If you don't think this is the right way to review an anime, go watch Scramboli reviews, not me. Nah, but for real, go watch that nigga after you finish watching this, cause that nigga funny as shit. Now to jump into the barely fucking interesting story. Before I continue, I must state, I only watched season 1. You may think it is unfair to pass judgment on a story when I've only watched half of the show. But check this out, right? I accidentally clicked and watched an episode in season 2 and thought that I was still in season 1. Why? Because the structure of damn near every episode is the same. The bland main character Yui has some boring interaction with one of the vampire niggas. She acts all nervous and shy. We get a little bit of character development and then very unnecessary, unwanted, sensual teeth penetration on Yui's neck, and then the episode ends. And don't think I'm forgetting the overarching plot here. But honestly, could you blame me though if I forgot the overarching plot when out of the around 160 minutes of screen time, only around 40 of it is dedicated to the main plot? That's a fourth. A fat nigga pie slice. There is more time spent with niggas' teeth inside of the main character's neck than the actual overarching plot. Think about that for a second. I can excuse this if this was an ecchi, a hentai, or an episodic show, but it's neither, so it has nothing interesting to justify this. What is the overarching plot, you may be asking though? Shut the fuck up, you don't need to know that. But honestly, it's so boring that it's not even worth me deep diving into this shit. The short version of it is that the main bitch Yui gets sent to a mansion by her father, who she finds out is not actually her father while she's there, so she tries to find out what her father really is, and then finds out some shit about the vampires that live there. And what is surrounding the rest of the show? Borderline vampire sex. I'm convinced that the person who brought up the story for this anime to their studio was just like, I want a story where the girl gets neck fucked by a bunch of vampires. Then the people at the studio just looked at him like, okay, and then what? And he just keeps staring at him like they stupid. Like they the ones that don't understand the genius of the concept alone. I only say this because I refuse to believe that the plot was anything other than a last second idea. Art style. Trash this anime no jutsu. Now, as an individual such as myself, I know nothing about drawing or painting or whatever the fuck else is in this realm. But I took an art history class in my first semester of college, so there's some legitimacy to what I am saying. The art style and animation feels as though a hentai company was tasked with making an anime on the side. Like, it's not horrendous, but I've seen 90s anime with much more quality in all fronts. But there are times where it gets really fucking bad. For example, why the fuck can I see your fucking eyeball through your hair like that? I really don't know how to explain it properly, so I'm gonna give this example. This is like when they draw Fairly Odd Parents characters with their ears on their necks. And you could be like, well, Campoleon, that's just a personal issue. You are absolutely right. Get that shit off my screen. I'd also be remiss to not mention how horrible this bedroom looks. Like, everything that is not capable of moving looks as if it's a part of one flat image. Like, if you removed all these one-dimensional characters from this fucking screen, you would have just assumed that the bed was attached to the wall. But yeah, everything else in the art department here is just mediocre. Next is the dialogue. Now, I watched this as dubbed because I knew there was no such thing as a bad anime with good voice acting. Now, my assumption was partially right. The people who voiced these two characters did a very good job at voicing them, especially this guy.
So did you enjoy your momentary brush with freedom, foolish little bitch? Something that makes no sense. It makes plenty of sense to me, little bitch. Top of the morning. What's up, little bitch?
Every other voice actor, on the other hand, took a page out of the My Hero Academia voice acting guide. If you're wondering what I mean, compare these two voices together.
What the hell? Damn it, Sabaru, I know that's you. Come out and show yourself. Hey! Deku, you bastard! Tell me how you did that or you're dead! What the hell do you think you're doing, huh?
And if they weren't sounding like this, they just sounded like knockoff Shikamaru's. I'm not gonna sit here and act like the voice acting that I do inside of my skits is S tier. Realistically, it's probably like A tier, maybe A- tier at a push. But it still leagues better above whatever the fuck these niggas is doing at the studio. Look, all I ask for is to not cringe whenever you say a voice line. If the sentence that your character is saying is cringe, then that's different. But I shouldn't be cringing because a grown vampire sounds like the edgiest 12-year-old on the planet. One last thing, why is it that these vampires feel the need to tell the girl how it is that they think that she feels? Like, before they proceed to suck the fuck out of her neck, they say some shit like this hella nonchalant. I can see the fear in your eyes. Or, I can tell you're scared of me. Like, women, is this the shit that gets y'all going? Is this what y'all fuck with? Yeah. Now, time to talk about the worst characters that I've ever seen in an anime. Realistically speaking, it was the characters that made me not watch the second season. You have the absolutely retarded main character named Yui here, who is a damsel in distress. Why did I just label her as retarded? Simple, my dear nigga. Despite being given every single reason on the planet to not like these motherfuckers, she still cares about them. Like in this scene here.
I suppose you still want to know why I gave you that silver knife.
What?
I gave it to you for one reason, so you can stab me with it if I asked you to.
But I don't know if I could possibly.
If you are incapable of doing that, then you must use it to end your own life instead.
Yes, sir. That nigga spitting. Like, if you do not have the heart to kill the niggas who have been oppressing you for the weeks that you stayed here, you should just kill yourself. Like, imagine if a bunch of slaves were gonna revolt against the plantation and one of the slaves was just like, no, guys, I don't want to upset Massa. Let's not riot. Keep that nigga in chains and shackles then. Stupid. Now, this is the part of the review where you would probably expect me to go in depth with the main vampire crew. I refuse to do that. These niggas have as much depth as the 7 dwarves in Snow White. In fact, actually,
It's home from work we go.
like, the backstories that they give for these characters are supposed to make you care for them. But goddamn, nigga, I don't give a fuck. As far as I'm concerned, they're literally just a physical manifestation of an emotion or a character trait that wants to suck your blood against your will. Now, for my overall enjoyment. Enjoyment. As you can tell, I know this anime is shit. It is the worst anime that I have watched in my entire life, hands down. But, all right, major but, despite that fact and all the other things that I mentioned earlier, it is still a 4 out of 10 on the entertainment scale. I had my share of laughs at the bad and sometimes incoherent dialogue. The constant cringe that radiated from the anime was enough to not make me blow my brains out from boredom. And for that reason, I give this show a 3.9999999999999 out of 10. Will I watch season 2 to further my understanding of this show? I don't know, do black people like going towards paranormal activity?